Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic week. In today's video, we are doing a series with my good friend Dr. Jason Crean where we are debunking parrot food myths and answering some of the most commonly asked parrot nutrition questions. So really excited to dive in. There's going to be lots of videos like this, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of them. But Jason, for anyone who's unfamiliar with you, would you mind just introducing yourself for everyone?
Sure. My name's Jason Crean. I am an aviculturist. I've had birds since I was 12, and that was a very, very long time ago. And I have been interested in animal nutrition so much so that that's really what drove me to become a biologist. I currently teach biology topics at the university level. I teach courses in animal nutrition, zoo biology, evolutionary biology, to name a few. And I love talking about bird food.
Awesome. Well, with that in mind, let's dive straight in. Right, so today we are talking about whether feeding sprouted seeds, grains, and legumes is going to make your parrot hormonal. Again, something that is just perpetuated online by influencers, by well-meaning people. They think that feeding sprouts is going to make their birds hormonal, so they say not to do it. Jason, what is the truth in this?
So, sprouts by nature are not going to make your bird hormonal. Um, Sudden changes in diet can make your bird hormonal. So, if you are not consistently offering a diverse diet, and you're really busy Monday through Friday, and you're just tired, and then but Saturday is your sprout day and you're going to load them up on sprouts on Saturday. That can trigger hormone behavior because there's a sudden change in the diet, which leads to a sudden change in a potential change in physiology. So it's often not the food you're feeding that's causing hormonal triggers, it's how much and how often. And so, consistency with a diverse diet so that they're constantly getting new things and mixed, different combinations of things each day. That's really where you should be focusing your time, and not be stop fearing food, like Dr. Karen Becker says over and over again. It's not that food that you need to fear. It's really being consistent with it so that they're not getting this sudden surge of nutrient dense foods, which may cause hormonal triggers.
Yeah, for sure. And we often find that it's never just one thing that triggers hormonal behavior. It's usually a culmination of things that kind of come together. So that can be a thing. Again, portion sizes as well, like you mentioned, you don't want to just be feeding a huge platter of just sprouts. But I think some people get hung up on the fact that sprouts are high in protein, and that protein is suddenly going to tell the bird to stop breeding. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, high protein isn't just going to trigger your bird to want to breed. Like that's not a thing. I don't know where that myth came from. I think part of it probably was breeders who fed austerity diets, where and this was commonly done in birds like finches for a long time. Still, some people still do it, where in the off season they feed a much lower quality diet, and then when it's breeding time, they trigger them to breed with a greater diversity in the diet, in order to get them breeding. So that's probably where it came from. But if you have a pet and you're feeding a consistently nutrient rich diet every day, it's once again, it's the trigger is all of a sudden there's all this diversity, and that's really what can trigger it. But if you're being consistent with, offering a diverse whole food diet every day, you don't have to worry about that. I have had birds for decades. Never have I had a hormonal bird because I've always been very consistent with offering a diverse diet.
Mhm. And overabundance as well, just feeding just like huge
Mhm.
piles and piles, yeah, they may see, okay, there's plenty of resources, and sure, maybe I might become hormonal. But another thing that people pick up on about sprouts is they see these as little tiny plants growing out of the soil like they would in the springtime, and we see spring mixing with hormone season. Again, I think people mean well, but they are trying to put two and two together and they're getting like 100, and it's not adding
Yes.
up in the way that they think. And there's probably other triggers at play that may be triggering this hormonal behavior, but they're pinning it on this thing specifically.
Exactly. Yeah, and I see influencers who give their single bird this giant plate of food, and like a human plate of food that's loaded with all kinds of fruits and vegetables and seeds and nuts and sprouts and all this sort of thing. That 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 is not a portion size. I mean, and I think they consider that foraging, but that is not appropriate foraging. That is an overabundance of food that's a huge waste, first of all. But second, like, that bird is only going to pick what they want and then leave everything else. And so, portion size is really, really important when you're talking about, these foods.
Definitely. And we'll have a video coming up all about portion sizes soon. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss that one as well. But myth debunked, feeding sprouts to your parrot is not going to make them hormonal. It's actually almost essential in the diet to feed them. They're so nutritious. So make sure you are sprouting for your bird. And if you're not sure how to do it, make sure you check out my channel. I've got a whole video all about sprouting on there as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Jason, where can people find out more about you and what you're up to at the moment?
So I have social media channels, Dr. Jason Crean on Instagram, which is Dr. Jason Crean, Crean, on Instagram, as well as Biodiversity Bird Blends, both there and on Facebook. And then if you search Avian Raw on Facebook, that'll come up with my group, Avian Raw Whole Food Nutrition, 21,000 plus members strong.
Including the both of us. So awesome. So all the links are going to be down in the description for you to check out. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the future videos like this. But thank you so much for watching. Take care and see you later.